What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. It's another DIY video. I'm working on my wife's 2016 Lexus NX200 I guess, with the turbo in it. So it has a small turbo. Honestly, I wouldn't call it a turbo. It doesn't do a damn thing when you make switches in your settings in the car for sports mode versus normal or economy. I think they just put a turbo in there just to call it a turbo and charge people more money. But anyway, I will be doing tire rotation, simple things in the garage. I do this every 10,000 miles just to, keep the tires longer. So I have to move a bunch of cars from the garage, and that's a process by itself. So let's get to work. All right. All right, let's move a bunch of cars. All right, few safety tricks. I'm ready to lift up the car. I don't have a post lift or lift, so I have to use jack and jack stands, or actually stands. So here's the process. I always lift the car from the back side. It's safer. Make sure you have it on a flat surface. And once you lift from the front, I usually put wood pieces in front of the wheels, even though I have the hand brake or electronic brake on and the car is in park. But just for safety reasons, I always make sure I put something in front of the wheels. The reason you lift the back side, because you don't want to lift the front. The back is really not on any control other than the electronic brake, so you don't want the car to roll out. Lift the car up from the back, then move your way to the front. The tools I'm using, nothing special, just the impact wrench to open up the lug nuts, and I'm using a regular jack to lift up the car, and I will show you where I'm putting the jack here. As you can see, let me get the camera off the stand so you see what I'm doing, where to place your jack. Here we go. Right in the middle where the suspension is, where the actual axle or the piece of body or the frame is located. Try to avoid your exhaust, your gas tank, all that stuff. And once you lift this up, I will place jack stands under the car so I can move the jack and use it for the front. You want to do a cross rotation. That's why I usually lift up the entire car. So that's the process. And as far as the wheels, make sure you just unscrew the bolts. Don't take the wheel completely off. Just unscrew the bolts, because once you put the jack stands in the back, you want to move to the front, do the same thing, and then completely remove the wheels and rotate them or crisscross them. What I usually do is I just move the front wheel to the back to the front. That's pretty much it. All right, let's get to work. Make sure to use gloves. My impact wrench is a little bit too heavy, too powerful, so I'm just going to loosen up the bolts with this and just go from there. All right, time to lift up the car. All right, it's time to. All right, it's time to place the jack stands under the car. As you can see, I have lifted the car enough to place jack stands right there. Here is another reason you should do the work yourself instead of taking it to dealerships. So stupid rookies will work on your car and destroy it. My wife took the car to the dealership, to the Lexus dealer. And look what they did the first time when they were trying to rotate the tires. I noticed it after the car came back home. And I'm going to show you the damage. So every car has a jack point under the frame. As you can see here, these are the jack points on the frame. There are two in the back, two in the front, and that's where you place either your jack to lift up the car when you need to replace the tire or change it or fix it flat, or use a jack stand, as I have right here with these special plastic pieces on top of it just to even protect it more. Here's what the dealer did. You see the bend? I'm going to turn the lights on here, maybe take a view. Here we go. You see how they placed the jack in the wrong location? The original location is right there. Here. See my finger? This is where the dealer put the fucking jack on. Look how they damaged the frame. They bent the freaking frame because it's not supporting it. So make sure you place the jack stands or jack up your car in the right location. Dealer job. Don't take your cars to the dealers, guys. They will fuck things up. Place it right here. That's one side. I will put the other one on the other side, and I slowly will bring the jack down, bring the car down on these two stands so I can do the front. All right, be right back. All right, so now we're going to lift up the front. I'm just going to show you the jack location, the proper jack location. Always use the chassis, the subframe. Don't use anything else. Don't use the control arms, the exhaust pipe, the transmission, or the motor. Just always use the chassis, as you can see. All right, so as you can see, I'm gonna do this much quicker. Basically, the back tires are out, already up. I'm gonna have to remove the wheels and move them to the front, jack the front of the car, remove the wheels, replace the wheels with the back tires or the back wheels, move the front tires to the back. That's all we really need to do. At this point, I'm not even going to bother using all 4 jack stands and keep the car all the way up. So you can, of course, do that if you want to, but in this case, I'm just going to quickly remove the back tires, move them to the front, move the front tires to the back. All right, let's go back to work. If you don't torque these bolts properly to the spec of the dealer or manufacturer, not the dealer, if you do more, meaning for this car you only have to do 70 pounds. If you do more than that, you're gonna damage the bolts or the screws coming outside attached to the disc. Yeah, trust me, I have done the damage not knowing exactly how flimsy and crappy some companies, manufacturers, their products are. So you do a little bit more, they're gonna break. The screws attach to the disc. So make sure as I mentioned before, for this specific car, NX200t, the foot per pound is 70 pounds. Don't do more than 70. For so many other cars that I have worked on, it's usually like over 90 pounds. And you can actually use your battery, power tool or, your electric power tool, and it won't hurt. But if you use something flimsy or actually working on something flimsy, specifically to this car, make sure you do it by hand. Make sure you use a proper torque tool, and only do 70 pounds. A few other quick pointers. Make sure your screws, your lug nuts are all the way inside, flush. Don't leave them outside. If you don't have the tire or the wheel completely flushed inside, they may not go all the way in, and you think, oh, this is, it's already good. Make sure they're all flushed. Also, make sure your wheel is completely flush to the disc. There are no gaps, as you can see right here. Well guys, tire rotation is completed. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love to make these DIY videos so I can help out others out there, save some money, and avoid taking their cars to the dealership. If you like these type of videos, please like, share, and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.